Hey guys, it's Casper here from Execute Fitness and Personal Training. So today I just want to touch on weight loss plateaus. So I've had a few people in the gym recently ask me how do I cut through my weight loss plateau and continue on with my fitness on my weight loss journey. So if you don't experience a weight loss plateau as you're approaching your ideal weight, consider yourself really lucky, because weight loss plateaus are just to be expected. It's because our body is resistant to change. A large chunk of people who have reached their ideal weight loss goal or their fitness goal have probably encountered 1, 2 or maybe 3 plateaus in that period of time, and some of them can actually last 2 or 3 weeks. So remember that if changing your body was easy, everyone would be doing it. We'd all be walking around with 6-packs. So things to consider is this: as we lose weight, not only is it harder to lose that last little bit of weight, but our metabolism actually is decreasing. So before you start stressing out and start researching things on how to boost your metabolism, remember this: your metabolism is supposed to decrease as you lose weight. So what can we do to overcome it? So one of the things that I would consider is watching what you eat. And there's a little thing that I call a calorie creep. So what's a calorie creep? I would estimate around about 80 or 90% of people in their weight loss or fitness journey suffer from this. And it's generally eating more calories than you think you're eating. Combine this with your decrease in metabolism, and it's almost a certainty that you're going to go through a calorie creep. So how do we overcome it? So one of the things that we need to do is watch the foods that we eat. So especially if you eat out or go to a restaurant, things like that, watch your portion sizes. Some restaurants can serve a big portion, and if the food's extremely nice, you eat the whole lot, yeah? So watch your portion sizes. Other things you can consider is things like your condiments, like your sauces, your salad dressings, your spreads, your sauces. They're generally all really high in salts or fats and sugars. So be careful of all that sort of stuff. And also too, sometimes if you think you're eating healthy, you're actually not. So for example, I brought a healthy organic packet of chips the other day, and actually realized that there was actually 400 calories in what I was eating, and it wasn't actually healthy at all. Another thing to consider is alcohol on your calorie creep list as well. So some alcohols are really high in calories, so that's a thing to watch. So I would suggest keeping a fitness journal, something you can actually log everything that you eat. Now you don't have to keep this for a month or a year or something like that. If you want to just keep it for a week or a few days, you'll actually be really surprised when you read back on what you've eaten, how many calories you're actually taking in. Now also too, for you smartphone savvy people out there, look at apps on your phone like your 7-minute workout app, MyFitnessPal app, Diet Assist app, another one called Endomundo, and they're really easy to follow, and they're really good to have. So let's talk now about your exercise routine. And you'll have some people come and tell you, in order to break your weight loss plateau, change things up, change all your exercises up. But I'll agree in some respect, but continuing your same old exercise program is more important than switching things up all the time. So without continuity, you're not able to track improvements, make your workout harder, which is ultimately your goal, yeah? So even though I switch workouts every couple of weeks with my clients, I keep several of the exercises or the structure of the exercise the same, and that way I can track changes in strength or your fitness levels. So another thing that you may be interested to know is high intensity interval training, or exercising at a high intensity for 30 seconds to several minutes, followed by a 1 to 5 minute recovery time, either no exercise or low exercise. Then repeating that cycle several times produces more weight loss than your plain old moderate intensity aerobic exercise. So say for example you go for a jog at a moderate pace for 30 minutes. Instead do this: warm up at an easy pace for 5 minutes, then run at a high intensity for 1 minute, and then make your recovery time 4 minutes, and then repeat. So how do we know what's a high intensity? So basically what we do is we take your heart rate. So high intensity exercise is defined as exertion at 70 or 85% of your maximum heart rate. So before you start doing your mental mathematics, just do this. I take 220 minus your age, and that determines your maximum heart rate. So the greater your exertion, the greater results you're going to see. So another thing to think about too is going to the weight room. A perfect weight room is a good balance of ages, weight ranges and genders. So doing resistance training improves things like your bone density, your muscle fibre, cognitive function, bone density, muscle fibre and elevated blood levels of osteocoagulin, and which is your key marker in your bone growth. So basically we're lifting weights and living younger at the same time. So another thing to consider is something called starvation mode. Now we spoke about calorie creep earlier, so this is the opposite to calorie creep. It's not eating enough calories to help sustain your body. So while your metabolism will not drop if you skip a meal or even a few, it will drop with chronic calorie deprivation. So if you're a 90 something kilo guy like myself and you're eating less than 1,000 calories per day for let's say 3 weeks, and doing high intensity workout, you can bet your house that your metabolism is going to take a nosedive and your body's going to store or hold fat and it won't be released. So some studies have shown that your metabolism can actually drop by as much as 40 to 50% there. So people doing high intensity workouts will need to up their calorie intake slightly. So I generally have a couple of boiled eggs with my morning shake, and I usually have a good salad with my lunchtime shake, things like that. Another thing that we consider too is hormones in our weight loss plateau. And there's a vocal contingent around with nutritional experts at the moment who describe a stall in fat loss not as a calorie in or a calorie out issue, but as a defect in our fat metabolism. So the total amount of calories burned and how those calories are burned can be affected by our hormonal imbalances. So what's the solution there? Unfortunately, it's not a simple answer, and it's probably nothing that can be answered by me. So it's probably going to your GP, seeking medical assistance and getting tests for your hormonal levels and things like your adrenal glands and your testosterone levels. So another thing that we can also look at too is things like sleep. So all you cleansers out there who aren't getting enough sleep, that could be playing a vital role as well. So those of you who are getting less than 6 hours of sleep at night lose significantly less than those who are getting 8 hours of sleep. Plus, you feel hungrier. So if your goal is to lose fat, skipping sleep is like poking sticks in a bicycle wheel. It's not going to end up good. So cutting back on sleep's a behaviour that's really rampant nowadays in this fast-paced modern life where we're trying to cram everything in. So skip your late night meals, get off the computer and get to bed. And studies have shown that you'll probably lose up to 55% more weight that way as well. So as you continue on your journey to reach your fitness or your weight loss goal, keep in mind that changing your body, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So the sooner you appreciate that, the better off you'll be in the short and the long term. So that's pretty much it for me. If you want to know anything more, contact us at Execute Fitness and Personal Training, ring us, send us a message, or just text us and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks guys, bye.